Good morning, everybody. Let's go ahead and take a deep breath. Sending lots of love and blessings out to everybody. I am ha. I am hum. I am mat. And so it is. All right. I want to show you the picture I took from the eclipse with the aura in it. So I'll show you that in a second. I'm going to roll the die first. You can see that I changed my setup up a little bit. I took all my stones out for the eclipse. And so I rearranged everything a bit. And this is for the twin flames. What are the planetary, the astrological sign, and the number for today for the twins? We have Aries, 11, and Mars. This is Mars. The number 11, which is also a 2. 11 in the numerology deck, or numerology book that I use, the Divine Triangle. The numbers 11, 22, 33, and 44 are considered power numbers. So you don't reduce them to their single digit. So 11 is very spiritual. 22 is very materialistic. 33 is that Christ vibration energy of the master. The 33 is specific to the Christ vibration, and then 44 is the energy of mastery, which is complete control over every aspect of your life on the earth plane. So very interesting that comes up today. I have a union read for you today, the 4D, 5D, 6D union. And I also have the twin flame read. And I'm first going to show you my picture from the eclipse. Ow, I just stabbed myself. Okay. Okay. So this is the picture from the eclipse, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit here because we just want to see the aura here, and that's not the camera aura because that's a slightly different shade. This is an aura color that comes up a lot for me when I take pictures out back, which is near the energy lines around the yard. And when the sun reflects on certain energies, they show up with this color. So you might want to note that. So if you take your own pictures and you see that apart from the camera reflection, I'm going to just zoom into this half of the picture from here where you see the pink aura. I'm going to just zoom in there so you can see a little bit closer. Okay. There's a couple different pictures in my, and it's not good to show too close because then it fades the picture for you. But here are the pictures that I see in this here. So you'll see a face right here. And here's the newspaper. You can see his hands right here and here holding the newspaper. This also can be seen as the warrior driving a chariot with this shape around like this. It's just like the chariot card in the Syrian Starseed deck. And then I don't know if you can see it, but down below, there's like several children down here, like little imps down here. So it could be like Santa and his sleigh or some kind of float. You see like it looks like a raft that's curved up like this in the picture. Okay, so you see this whole picture in this aura right here. All right, that's the one. Then there's another scene. Over here, you're going to see, this is a sensei type of energy right here. But then this morning I saw it again as him leaning in with his body over here and you see the faces here in the pink auras there. They're children with masks on, like coming off of a boat or getting out of a car to greet a parent here or someone who's rescuing them. Okay, so let me know if you see them. And then up here, see where it's very bright green? Let's see if we can zoom that in a little bit better. So see if you can see it. So I don't know if you can see it on double camera here, but we have literally, there's a figure 8 here and here in the bright green, and it's like two men head to head. You see their upper backs here and here without shirts on, and their heads are head to head like they're in a struggle. And there's literally a figure 8 here, but it also looks like the letter E right here. It's hard to see through two pictures, but yeah, let me know if you see all that. It's pretty cool. Okay, so now the readings for today. I'm going to show you the readings for today. So this is the Syrian Starseed deck, and this is the Union read for today. We have the 4D, 5D, 6D, the Divine Feminine on the left, the Divine Masculine on the right, and in the center is the bridge between. The incoming Divine Feminine, the outgoing Divine Masculine, the underlying energies, and the closing energies. Okay, and then, we have the Syrian Starseed deck here as well for the Twin Flame read, the basic read, and then the 7 deck clarifier, which you see now in front of you on the table. Okay, so that's all the cards. The 7 decks, for those of you not familiar, I don't review them every time because I do it so much. I don't want all of those of you who watch regularly to have to listen to that. But the 7 decks are the Syrian Starseed deck. We have Romance Angels. We have the Numerology deck. We have the Tarot of Sexual Magic. We have the Syrian, we have the Rider-Waite Mini, the Universal Golden Tarot, and the Gilded Tarot in the read. So it's a lot of energy. If something doesn't resonate, don't expect it to fit. Not every message is going to be for you. It is a general reading. If you want something specific to you, my information is below, as well as on my website, twinflames3344.com. I also have a CD out there called Ashes, Twin Towers to Twin Flames by Evelyn Stainthorpe, if you want to check it out. It's only $1 for a song. That's a great way to support me as well. But that definitely, it's love songs. I play piano and sing, and the first 4 songs on my CD are from the 9/11 era, and then the second 7 songs are from my twin flame journey, literally. So they're definitely 2 different styles of song, but they are love songs. So check it out. And again, for my personal reads, the read that you see in front of you, the 7 deck read, literally takes me like all day to do, because it takes me a half an hour just to put those cards out. Okay, so when I do the reading by journaling, which I get messages, and then when I re-speak it to you, I get more messages. So there's many hours that goes into doing these reads every day. So this read would be a very expensive read to do personally, but I can do that if you're interested. But I have my regular reads on my website, as well as Reiki healing, which I do. I don't do that with you online. I definitely can have a short session with you online if you would like that. But I usually do that in deep meditation. So that I would, videotape and then send to you, as far as what I get from the healing session and any visuals that I get for you. So let's get into the read here. All right, we have the Union read was done at 2:28 yesterday. Today is the 12th of June, 2021. So yesterday, being the 11th, which is justice, today is the 12th. The number 12 is the hanging man. And so yesterday with the 11th was the 22 of the Fool. So today is the 23 of the King of Wands, the Man of Passion. So the Man of Passion and the Hanged Man, both which can be very much representative of the Divine Masculine. At 2:28, 2 being the High Priestess and 28 being the Twin Flames, the 2 flames literally in the Syrian Starseed deck, and the 2 of the High Priestess, or in this deck, is the Higher Self. So the Higher Self and the Twin Flames, which literally is each other. We have the union of the 4, 5, 6D, The underlying energy was the Seven of Swords, the Knight of Cups, being love is in the center of the read, and the closing card was the Eight of Swords. So passing downloads, taking a risk to love self first, loading up or transfer. I was just getting transfer of deed, but also transfer of ideas or goods, seeing UFOs or perhaps auric pictures, and the Knight of Cups swimming the vortex as the wave collapses around him to infinity and beyond, a welling of love taking over, a releasing of anxiety and fears and imprisonment, or still hiding by the creek in the woods, or night blindness and feeling their way through. The incoming divine masculine here is the Knight of Swords, the Five of Cups, and the Six of Pentacles. The Knight of Swords, the messenger of truth, which also can be the knight in shining armor, passing 5D messages, but sad as well, giving your all, and it's still not enough, others still expecting handouts, or the Knight of Swords is over it and settling out, sharing, or a momentary imbalance, and then rebalancing energies, perhaps clearing surfaces, rearranging flow, expanding and reflecting, regaining control of thoughts and words, ideas and messages, balancing time, money, and effort. So again, which just came up regarding the numerology book, The Divine Triangle, and the number 44, which is also considered Atlas in the numerology book, about learning how to maintain control over every aspect in your life by staying present in the now moment. The 4D here is the divine feminine, with the reason, which is also the emperor, doing away with the artificial, or dealing with the emperor and his new clothes, or packing, being reasonable. The divine masculine, a man and his castle, sunrise, sunset, swiftly go the years, or a new home of finding his stability with a beautiful view and or rising sun, the dawning of a new day. Bridging with reflection, hermit with light, or like two old men with long beards, one lights the fire, while the other places the flowers in the vase they bought today. Right, so it's coming up here. With lantern on the back porch, or two retired pillars at home or in union, or helping each other out. And of course that was Crosby, Stills, and Nash. The 5D here is the Queen of Swords, the Knight of Cups, and the King of Cups. The divine feminine pulls the truth triggers, while the emperor dumps their false hand, getting all her puzzle pieces to be coherent with each other, far and wide, within and without. The divine masculine King of Cups, with reflecting eyes, aqua lung and drowning fast. Skimming emotions and foam off the top, merging by swimming in place, offering love, being love, over and over again. The Queen of Swords is all dried out and sending some water their way from the masculine side. So the 6D is the Three of Cups, Karma, and the Queen of Cups. The divine feminine, manifesting reunion, gathering, family, love, and joy. The divine masculine with the Queen of Cups in Bali, or living it up in the falls at home. Bridging the two, removing the flower and opening the crown. Plasma ether that you can breathe in and out of waters at 333, the 369, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of the 4D, 5D, and the 3D, 4D, and 5D, rather. I was getting, just catch me if you can again. The divine feminine here is the Emperor and the Queen of Swords coming together with tools of the trade. The divine masculine, home or in union, with the King of Cups and Queen of Cups, which actually can be parents, in water or emotions. So there's a big theme around this union read regarding the type of family you grew up in. So we had the Ten of Pentacles family, and then we had the Ten of Cups family. Again, the Montagues and Capulets coming up, regarding the family that was raised with monetary focus and the family that was raised with emotional focus, which can involve manipulation. So we have the bridge between them, reflection of an offer of love, or hermit, and the Knight of Cups, called the Knight of Cups with, the Knight of Cups could be with their siblings. So there could be all siblings on the masculine side, or parents, them with their parents, or both the divine masculine and the divine feminine are with their parents coming up. The divine feminine with the Emperor and the Queen of Swords, the divine masculine with the King and Queen of Cups, right? So one is very verbal and controlling, and the other perhaps loving and emotional, but with guilt and manipulation game at play. We have the 339 of the Empress and the 39 of the Knight of Cups. Bridging it, the Hermit and the Knight of Cups, or the divine feminine's father, took the divine masculine on an etheric journey together. And this could be a father who's here or past. Ghosts of holidays past, unable to or is asking father's permission, releasing what controls you still from your parents in their way of doing things. So again, getting out of the templating of the way your parents did things, that's not necessarily you. The outgoing divine masculine here was the 9 of Swords, the 5 of Pentacles, and the... Hold on one second, because I can't read my writing, but I have the picture right here. All right, so the outgoing divine masculine is the Sun, okay. So we have the 9 of Swords, 5 of Pentacles, and then the Sun for the divine masculine. And then, so that's suffering in silence, or perhaps dealing with your sister, or grounding below ground in the woods, again, out of the sun. It's like the masculine shading themselves. So there could be shade definitely going on there. And also, we've been guided to be out in the sun right now to gather that energy. But that's also a very divine feminine job, as I described to you in my safety pin theory. The Hermit in the Mary Magdalene cave with broken crystal pieces in exile as Pegasus shows up dancing across the sun, or rainy day, but the sun comes out. Full exposure to what's been ailing him and releasing self from prison of needing to hide from his parents, perhaps not accepting who he is. Mother, father, child, mother, father, child. One expected to perform or achieve better, another expected to hide their emotions for the sake of stability or to be seen in the right way, right? Both of them to be seen in the right way. So this read comes out with the number 47, which is the 7 of Cups, which is synchronicities, seeing many options, heaven in your eyes, but also can be illusions and confusion if there's too many choices, right? It can knock you off balance and cause you to feel illusory. But again, it's all from your perspective. So we have that 7 of Cups. The horizontal pillars were 18, 0, and 29. 18, the moon, 0, source, and 29 being the 3 of Wands. The 0 can also be the space between, okay, which is that empty energy between other energies like humans. And then we have the vertical pillars being 7, 5, 6, 3, 4, 9, 5, 8, which is the Chariot, the Hierophant, the Lovers, the Empress and the Emperor, the Hermit, the Hierophant again, and the Strength card of the 8, which is also the Dance. So the messages were coming up as the subconscious and romance, the unknown, sourcing the present, the gift through synchronicities and heaven in their eyes. Reaping suffering in silence to get your wish in 5D Connect and synchronicities, ascending to Hieros Gamos, lovers, the Empress and the Emperor reflecting heroes of strength and in synchronicities. So for the Twin Flame read now, the Syrian Starseed deck was cut and dealt for the 12th today, which is the Hangman, and today's energy is the King of Wands, the Man of Passion. It was cut and dealt right on the dot at 4 o'clock. So zeros are a lot of source energy backing up the 4 of the Emperor, which is also very much stability and manifesting on a survival level as opposed to a dream level as the number 8. And then at 4:09, Ingman came up, ING, which is funny because that's also capital 1, 360 was an ING account. So the bank man perhaps maybe coming up, but also the N man, which is which is JC, it's the Christ energy. The Ing man, the banker. But also the Ing man is coming up as Ing being the ending of everything, right? So like seeing, right? We see, but are you in the in the movement of the process of seeing. So the Christ energy being the ing, like the Sophia and came up the other day. There's always more. There's always connection to something else. And then at 410, which is the Emperor and the Wheel of Fortune, whereas 9 is the Hermit, the Wheel of Fortune is a turn for the better. And Tion came up, but it was covered to look like Rion, like Ryan, like Orion, and the air connection. But really it was coming up as our connection. But the Orion, what I did want to bring up was a couple ET energies were coming up, and the words to clarify the Orion, which is the negative or the dark factions. So Sikar was coming up, and the Mintaka, which came up the other day, associated with something, but I didn't realize it was a dark faction. And clarification came up also that Ashtar isn't actually a person, but a high commandment. Or in other words, a title, not a passion. It is there, like the Ashtar command, but it's not actually a person, Ashtar. So, and actually, if you watch Elena Denon, because she wrote a book on all the different ETs, if you're interested in that. What is her book called? A Gift from the Stars is her book regarding all the ETs. I think it's alien races. So check her out. But it's, the information I was getting from the names here had nothing to do with her yesterday. It was just coming in, but she definitely speaks about those different things. I don't know if I've heard her talking about the Mintaka before, but I got that as a download the other day. I can't remember what it was being associated to, but the name Mintaka came up. But both of those are coming up as dark factions. So, the Syrian Starseed deck. At 423 is the Emperor and the King of Wands. And in the past couple of days, there's been a lot of stuff between the Emperor and a certain person, whether it's the King of Pentacles or the King of Wands, just having issues between these two male energies. We had Indigo, which is the Magician, Shadow, which is the Devil, Reason, which is the Emperor, Tower, Starseed, which is the Fool, and the Hanging Man here. Before the read, Karma came up, which is Judgment, and after the read, Higher Self came up, which is the High Priestess. We had 2 Wands, 1 Sword, 2 Pentacles, and no Cups in the main part of this read, and the Page of Wands, Queen of Swords. And before that, the King of Wands and the Page of Pentacles came up. After the read, the Page of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles came up. So 66 came up in the numbers, and that's the Queen of Pentacles, who was very significant in this read. And then 1 of the Magician. That was it as far as the main numbers in the read. The secondary numbers came up, bringing up 13, which is the Death card, 36 of the 10 of Wands, which is another ending card. So we had Death, and 36, which is the Atlas energy of the weight of the world. And then 6, 7, 8, lay them straight. So give it to me straight's coming up. And then number 10, again, reminding you to keep your vibration high. So the code line here is all about moderation, and Madara was separated from shun. So shunning and modera. And that's reminding me of, what is the, I don't know why I'm thinking of like glass art and jewelry, glass jewelry. The name for that, modera, it's similar to that. I'm just not remembering what it is, but that's coming up for some reason. And then the shunning, so shunning of people, but also the toggling up connection of our connection, but also Orion is coming up from that as well. The code line is coming up as Mother, seeing the bridge of Source, acing the student, and the Queen of Swords lovers, the eye, hugs and kisses here, being a very affectionate person, as lovers are. Also what was coming up, a mass energetic exchange to bridge or source. So max exodus also is coming up in here too. That'll come up in a second. But mass energetic exchange to bridge or source, 1 student or 1 seeker. And when I say seeker, Sikar was coming up, the Sikar. The Queen of Swords lovers, I-10, so Highway 10 might be coming up, or I-10 being that Wheel of Fortune. I am the fortune. I make my own Wheel of Fortune energy. Or I am in a turn for the better with IXO, which is kisses and hugs, like I, kisses and hugs in moderation. But IXO also literally means son or daughter, or to exit or quit. And that was at 444, which is the angelic realms. So kisses and hugs in moderation, to moderate or temper our connection. Also Macy's comes up, or Maisie, perhaps the name May, or the maze. And the maze definitely came up in some cards I pulled for myself yesterday, or it might have been the night before. But the energy of the maze was coming up. So in the Lenormand Reverie card of the maze, it's like you're standing in the middle in the vortex, and there's still like 3 people in the layers trying to come to the vortex, still confused, finding their way. So it's like being the grid holders for everyone to pull into the center of the vortex. But Macy's was coming up as well, and Maisie or Macy, May or Maze, regarding having and owning. So Macy's may own something that's very dark here, because the C cards were coming up under this entry here. So I don't know what Macy's relationship is to the dark energy, but there's also, so this was coming up regarding the Sikar and the Queen of Swords. So there could be an air sign woman in the public eye regarding Macy's. I don't know if there has been lately. Or this could be someone who's an air sign woman or a judge of some kind, who's overseeing something regarding Macy's. But I was getting dark energy there. But it's like the polarities. The Orion 6 was coming up versus the 9 or the God energy. So the polarities of the ETs as well. So I own having to do with the service to self, and then the source 1 having to do with service to others. Or in other words, sourcing the all, going within to connect with everyone. Mass exodus, again, this was at 444. Mass exodus on the bridge to source. So there could be a lot of, you might be hearing in the news, a lot of people exiting, literally. Source 1, or acing Sikar, the Queen of Swords, Orion 6, son or daughter, to exit or quit. So I was getting literally a dark person wanting to shift to light. And it may be the Queen of Swords' son or daughter, or she is the son or daughter who does not want to be involved in the service to self energy anymore. So like seeking asylum with the light. So you might be seeing that in the news as well. The mother sees ownership and sourcing to seek student, Queen of Swords, or Orion child. The number 690 comes up, which is also 0 behind 69, which is the Ace of Pentacles. An offer of money, a big offer, an offer of time, money, and effort, or a new life, a perfect contentment. Or also 6 on I-10 might be coming up, with space for moderation, needing space between them because there's a lot of people in one car, which is funny because I was just traveling recently, as you all know, with my family, and there were 5 of us, excuse me, on the road. On the road again, that's what I was just getting. On the road again. So moderate Orion is coming up, or moderate Orion, and the Orion 6, the son or daughter, to exit or quit. So again, someone seeking asylum with the light, or wanting to learn how to bridge to the light. So it literally could be, some kind of dark energy in your families between the masculine and the feminine. Someone's child may be more of the dark light and wanting to become part of the light, right? Exiting that dark life. So yeah, very different kind of energy was just coming up there. And then the number 69, I looked up at 521, which is the Hierophant and the 21 of the world. News Radio 690, KTSM, which is El Paso, which I actually drove through with my daughter on the way to moving her a couple years ago. El Paso is right on the Mexican border. So you literally look at El Paso, which is a very sweet, clean town, and you can look right across the border, which looks totally different on the Mexican side. So there's that energy coming up. When I looked that up, and it said El Paso, also was, the news came up on 5/27/21 of 3 officers that had been shot, and Galapagos, tortoise, and you notice the tortoise just came up in my readings the other day, thought to be extinct for over 100 years, was found on May 26, 21. 690 is also KTM motorcycle, kind of like between a dirt bike and more of a sport motorcycle, a full one. And then TSN 690 came up as Montreal, Canada station. The year 690, very significant, from the Tang Dynasty, which I also just brought up from my own energetic past life experience. The female Wu Zetian ascends to the throne that year, right? She was the only woman emperor of the Chinese dynasties. So she ascended to the throne that year in 690. She called herself the Holy and Divine Emperor and changed the name to the Zhou Dynasty. She elevated Buddhism above Taoism. So just thought that'd be an interesting thing to note for you guys. So getting back to the code line, the Ma aims to own and source one child of the Queen of Swords, or Sikara Queen of Swords, of Orion 6. So again, this could be a dark service to self mother who wants to own the Queen of Swords. So she could be Sikara energy, or seeks to own this child who's dark energy, not wanting them to go towards the light. So again, there's that war of dark to light of the Orion 6, the son or daughter, for exit or quit. And then Uruguay and Argentina also came up. So let me know if that resonates for you in a way. Uruguay and Argentina at 533, which is the Hierophant, and the 33 of the Christ vibration. So the indigo upright came up here. Beneath the indigo, which is like the magician, but a very childlike energy, from the bottom up is the King of Wands reversed, Karma upright, Page of Pentacles upright, 10 of Swords reversed, and the 8 of Pentacles reversed. So the King of Wands reversed. So the King of Wands coming up not as the shaman today, or not being like his normal shaman self, calling out or judging, or this could literally just be calling someone as well, but calling out, judging. The Page of Pentacles upright, right? The curious student, curious about their abilities. And this could also be a dark faction trying to lower the energy of this Page of Pentacles because they're very light, right? They are curious about their abilities, and he doesn't want them to find out their abilities because if he's King of Wands reversed, he could be in the dark energy. So calling out the Page of Pentacles, curious student or child or intern, now that the worst is over of overtime or things not working out, and the magician child manifesting or proposing something without option to seal divine feminine, completing the cycle. Tripping up in front of the high priestess, secret or abilities. Maybe you're performing literally as a magician. This could be a child performing for their parents as well, or for the class, and maybe messed up in front of somebody or the class or a group. But this also can just be about, dropping the ball on purpose to break patterns and drop the facade, to drop the act and no longer pretend, or messed up performance or drop the ball in front of the high priestess or religious woman, or two totally different kinds of Pisces people here. One very religious and one very spiritual, or who's been around the world, very worldly, and one may be very sheltered. So Aquarius upright, and then Gemini or Virgo upright, and two Pisces upright here. Indigo out of options, proposing to come full circle with the divine feminine or Pisces and dropping the act, and high priestess or religious woman with Torah in her lap, and not very friendly perhaps, and Viking cap. We have Hermit reverse coming out, recovering to offer love. The Knight of Cups trips up in front of the Queen of Cups reverse perhaps. After return from vacation, or without peace about it, perhaps about the divine masculine having shown up to the divine feminine, and then like choked or got scared and went away again without actually talking to them. The Knight of Cups not aroused by the Queen of Cups reversed and their sadness or display of emotion. The Knight of Cups riding old man or with old man so they don't fall, the old man, and dropping the ball with the Queen of Cups reversed. Or the Queen of Cups reversed got emotional while performing, Or the Knight of Cups wants to perform together with the Queen of Cups reversed, but the Queen of Cups reversed doesn't want to, or is blowing the whistle on herself. All right, here's the Knight of Cups upright and the Queen of Cups reversed. That could be a masculine and a feminine, but also can be siblings or another couple there. Could be children. Or the Knight of Cups magician is coming forward, but the Queen of Cups reversed may not believe them. The Knight of Swords reversed may be holding their tongue to end the suffering in silence, or to end things with a sister, with the Emperor reversed and the Empress upright. So it can be the Emperor and the Empress suffering as well. Or the Knight of Swords reversed has been lying or verbally abusive, causing nightmares for the Emperor reversed and the Empress upright. Free yourself, and it is safe for you to love is beneath freeing yourself. So don't fence me in. Free yourself is the top card here. The Empress is well rested. The Empress is well rested, but the Emperor is not. Unable to sleep, putting puzzle pieces together, with the Empress upright or the Emperor reversed, beating themselves up. The Bull and the Tortoise, or Bull calling them a shell of a man, broke out, exiting left with options or going shopping instead. Or a breakdown, a break up, break in, or break through, with Cancer reversed with synchronicities and romantic dreams, the harsh truth of rehab, arrest, or sexual deviance, or MASH unit perhaps, sweetly calling out, being second place in love. Stuck with synchronicities, presenting the harsh truth of judgment, announcement or wake-up call, music, song of love, and or songbird, just have been in handcuffs, but more afraid of new love or judgment than they are of handcuffs or being arrested, which can be sexual deviancy too. But the cuffs can be literally someone being tortured as well. Even if it looks like it's voluntary, it may not be, right? Someone just conceding to keep the peace. And there may be situations where someone's married to a very dark person or a dark family, and they had to stay in order to protect the children. Or there could be a child who's like that and staying to protect the other child from the dark child. So there could be a whole mixture of different energies there. A boy may be wrangling their parents to heed the call or listen to what they're saying, offering love and a way out. Perhaps a surgical procedure to be considered here, undergoing the knife for love perhaps. And this could be for a transplant, for plastic surgery, for self-love, to make yourself feel better, or perhaps to do what somebody else wanted you to do to keep the marriage together or something like that, which you shouldn't do unless it's something you want to do. Or considering plastic surgery, or to make them more alluring to catch after delivery, or to talking about another child in hopes that that will save their marriage. 604 is the Lovers and the Emperor, with individuality, and the number 11, which is justice, which is truth and balance. A world upside down, needing closure, in a negative exchange or delay after delay, not expressing their true feelings about being left for dead with only Bambi to the rescue and announcements to make. The King of Pentacles working to create and blinded by the light, knowing and keeping to themselves for peace of mind. Or the King of Pentacles looking to the stars for help, or for a second pair of eyes, which can be an eye transplant that's needed, sitting on his laurels and vanilla wafers and barbershop bench, so like a bench that looks like the barbershop poles, at night in kiln or lathe or hitting the presses, feeling their way through with their lucky charms or award-winning plants. So somebody might be a gardener as well. Or they can be other kind of plants like devices. Unaware, the indigo manifesting with the Queen of Cups reversed and the Empress upright, new love, self-love, and individuality. The underlying energy overall is the Sovereign dropping the facade. And then going forward after this read is the energy of not sharing feelings with a third party, dumping a load, dumping burdens, dumping responsibilities, confessing, and conflicted by having been hung out to dry, or about new perspectives and being wise in their knowing with justice for all, or unaware, Capricorn and Libra around them at 6:15. And 6:15 is my brother's birthday. It's the day my daughter was conceived, but it's also the first day my twin reached back out to me after I reached out to them for the first time on the 14th. The recent past here is the Ace of Pentacles, a big offer to be released by the King of Swords. The Queen of Pentacles synchronicities working overtime on journey to bliss with justice or Libra and ending all suffering. The World complete, the sealed divine feminine, and the Queen of Pentacles needing strength to offer love to one who walked away and didn't want them. So offering the Queen of Cups or the Queen of Pentacles, or perhaps the divine feminine, needing strength to offer love to the divine masculine who had turned their back on them. The Pisces upright and Leo reversed here, or released from prison. The King of Swords upright offers time, money, and effort, a payoff, or a new life. The Queen of Pentacles, with heaven in her eyes, overworking on the journey to bliss with justice and love returned. The foundation here being the shadow, temptation, caught in a web, and that could be a web of lies. The Two of Cups is upright, with the Knight of Cups offering a gift to be present, and the patient angel, divorced or spiritual with unhappy family or emotionally unfulfilled, now facing the harsh truth, their own worst fears, one in their truth who cannot and will not back down or rescind their truth, obviously. The central energy is the Page of Wands reversed. Frustrated child, where the worst is over, of receiving big love and then switching to big truth, causing them to dump all of their burdens, or truth about dumping a load, with death ending, or the Dark Knight, the Batman, the transition portal, hanging out powerless or with dependent Capricorn upright and Libra upright. The challenge being the Queen of Swords upright, feeling shame and guilt, or shamed and guilted when good news comes in, or making the divine masculine feel that feeling with her words of truth. Passion offered in lieu of truth to start over in love. The Queen of Swords blocked but rising above with justice right behind her at 628, which is the Lovers and the Twin Flames and their choice of path. The 628 with justice upright, which could be a judge, divorce, or Libra, reaping karmic rewards of a man with two lovers. One Queen of Swords upright and one Page of Wands reversed, perhaps a child with tantrums or not aroused, healing from third party or separation, and the Two of Wands reversed, in need of a meal or a night out. With the patient angel in a higher love, the solar eclipse or at night, or Cancer with King of Pentacles reversed, in the downturn with the King of Cups upright, exposing all at the workplace, school, church, or any place of co-creation. Now present in the crowning position is the Six of Pentacles reversed, not sharing, imbalanced, debt, inequity, of walking away from the Ten of Pentacles, family, business, community, or world, or legacy, and the bad influences around that, implementing a plan to correct the imbalance by getting down on their knees as the Knight of Cups proposing love here, in need of courage after sudden events or an epiphany, or Leo reversed, or kids or pets, hiding behind Scorpio reversed, or a big mess. The sealed divine feminine in 5D world, now sharing or not sharing, maybe they hadn't in the past, that they were willing to let go to fix and make amends and get over loss in negative or no exchange, or forced exchange. Defenseless to the Hermit reversed, after missing their flame, coming out about it. The King of Cups upright here, and the wounded warrior who's pissed off at them. The Hermit offering, and the Emperor reversed, ignoring, and the Hermit offering of unconditional love that they don't believe in. The Ten of Cups reversed, kicked them out just when the Page of Swords reversed and the Knight of Pentacles reversed are recovering back into the wounded warrior's fold after they were unhappy with the King of Pentacles reversed and divorce, or narcissistic Taurus reversed, never satisfied, stubborn, or lazy, or spreading rumors. Sagittarius upright, Taurus reversed, or kids, employees, or aides taking care of an old man or grandfather. The King of Pentacles reversed, the King of Cups upright, on the outs, between the two of them, and the Page of Swords reversed and the Knight of Pentacles reversed, stuck between those two men, and the King of Cups exposing, or all sunshine at work, church, or school, authentically creating. So soon coming up here is the Emperor reversed. So not being reasonable or having no reason to give, reaping rewards with kids or sunshine, Leo or pet that sets them free by offering or paying off Cancer lover with magician or magician embodiment or their magic show or their magic tools, or the Emperor reverse wondering if he has enough to free himself by paying what he owes or giving inheritance before he dies to make Cancer, Gemini, and Gemini or Virgo happy or affectionate again. So someone said, wanting to gift people before, instead of waiting to give inheritance when they die, allow them to be happy while they're still alive so that he'll get more affection from them. So it's like literally the grandfather type energy wanting to give money to the grandchildren so they'll like them. So he doesn't have to wait till he dies to give his money to them to make them happy. It can be in a positive way or a negative way, but keep in mind the Emperor's reversed here. Or Leo and Aries or kids gave them money without asking him first. So literally somebody at work or the kids may have given something to someone which wasn't their place to do, and it could have been at work, and then the Emperor's really pissed off. Now the Emperor reverse is very angry. They manifested without him and now does he have enough to retire on? So it's like somebody gave something away before it was okay to do. The twin flames here are coming up as the Tower reversed, the King of Wands reversed, and the Queen of Cups reversed, with unstable home or moving, with the Page of Wands reversed and the Knight of Wands reversed, and Hermit reversed, player coming out frustrated to extend an invitation that may not be accepted or may be ignored. At 650, which is the Lovers and emotional fulfillment of the Ten of Cups, honeymoon, unrequited love, express your love and attraction all came up for the twins. Around them or how they're seen is the star seed upright in a fresh new start after the downturn and healing in the pursuit of happiness. With the Page of Cups upright, the innocence and message of love at the workplace, school, church, or any place of co-creation. The block here being the Six of Wands leading the way on the journey, having cheated death or this is the block. That they may not be able to cheat death again, or that someone's going to stab them in the back. This is the block for the twin flames, not being able to trust the other. The Six of Wands leading the way on the journey, cheating death and manifesting instead, or blocked by thinking they will stab them in the back or steal their stuff like everyone else. Moderation comes up, but even more so is environment. The King of Cups is upright with fantasy family and green too, like being very green person as well. Hanging out or hung out to dry by the Queen of Wands reversed without peace or upon return, perhaps causing a rift between the King of Pentacles reversed and the King of Cups upright. Libra reversed and Leo upright at work perhaps, negative self-talk or hanging out with the Page of Swords kid, lying, spying, and a child who could be mouthy, whether it's because they curse a lot or they say things they shouldn't be saying because it's not other people's business, or they just talk a lot and they won't be quiet. Or negative about everything, healing and forgiving with the High Priestess, advisor, secret, or their own psychic abilities, defenseless to unwanted advances or drama from the Knight of Pentacles reversed, immovable and stubborn, and now being called out, judged, or announced to. The Page of Swords reversed and the Knight of Pentacles reversed don't want to be with Capricorn or Taurus, King of Pentacles reversed. So this may be a scary man for these younger people. Maybe it's a grandfather they don't want to hang around with because they're losing their mind. Or kids between the King of Pentacles reversed and Temptation, Star, or Capricorn, Aquarius, or Ball and Chain. So we're going to pull some oracle cards here too. See what comes up. Where are we? It's 4933, which is the Nine of Cups and the Three of Cups coming together and getting your wish. And then it's 9:37 on my clock, which is the Hermit and the King of Cups, which is also unconditional love. So coming together to get wish. and the Hermit, which is also the collective and the wise one, right? All right, let's see what we're going to pull here. All right, so let's go into the Starseed Oracle first for a galactic energy message. All right, for the twin flames, that came right up. All right, Temple of Amethysta, so like amethyst. As you can see, it's very purple. There's another card that wants to be seen too, but let me show you this one first. So take a good look at this one. It's a very visually activating image. All right. So the Temple of Amethysta, tranquility, patience, and dissolution. So being very patient and calm while things need to dissolve. Okay, number 70 is the Two of Pentacles, so which is the performance, but it's also in the Journey of Love is the last card of the deck is Heaven. And the second card that came out is Golden Potentiator, quickening, exponential expansion. So you see most of these cards are multicolored and rainbow type colors. But you notice that the two colors that came out are solid colors, okay? Purple and gold. So again, allowing the dissolution, staying in that third eye to crown energy, and then going into the gold energy of the Christ light, the golden potentiator in order to expand, but also that has to do with the solar plexus, the quickening, the exponential expansion, okay? Allowing for the dissolution, going into your 5D self, and then back into the 3D solar plexus and heart in order to expand again, okay? Expanding, contracting, vice versa. And you notice that they're the royal colors, purple and gold. And actually the purple is coming up a little bit different than it's actually here. It's bluer in this actual picture. And this is more gold as opposed, this seems a little, the one that you're seeing, that color looks a little darker, like more orangey or brownish. This is brighter. These two are brighter. There's more light in them, actually. All right, the bottom of the deck is, see, most of the cards have many colors like this one. Dimensional planes of perception, number 7, which is the Chariot. Path change, paradigm shifts, and adjustment. So again, this makes sense because if this is the underlying energy with 79, which is for me, is the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. If you're going through shifts and adjustments, you're dealing with dissolution and then expansion again. So again, that's going to be constant, a way of being. And then we have the Animal Spirit deck. Let's see what they have to say for you today. At 5316, which is the 53 is the catapult and 16 is the tower. So boy, is that a sudden energy. And remember with the dice, we had the number 11 of justice and truth and balance, which is also Libra energy. Mars, which is very aggressive, and so is Aries. So we have that axis of Libra and Aries here at play. Very aggressive because Aries is the first sign. It's the new beginning. It's that dawn of the new day, but the Aries sign is the fire under your butt. You know, it's very jarring and aggressive. And that can be conceived as or perceived as dark energy as well. Whereas Libra is the opposite of that, right? Very calm and balanced and always seeking balance. One is always seeking expansion and imbalance, and the other is always seeking the opposite of balance and calm, which seems to be the theme of this read today. Learning to live in the expansion and reflection, because they don't want me to use the word contraction because it's more actually about reflection, expanding and reflection. So from the Animal Spirit deck, what is the message for the Twin Flames? Take another deep breath. You really feel it into your lungs as these two cards just popped out. So you have the Cosmic Egg, which is the end of the deck, and the camel, which is very independent, right? He's got the load of water, he's got a ride, he's very calm, he's not afraid of anything. And you see the crescent moon of the blue moon, and the blue is very much of verbalizing, being calm, as opposed to red, which is that Aries energy. The blue is coming up as more of the Libra energy and calm. And notice the colors on the egg of the rainbow. But remember, when we get to the magenta color, it's not quite red. It has more pink qualities to it, which means there's some blues in there. So there's always a combination of colors. We are all of the colors of the rainbow, because white, after all, and violet are all of the colors. So you can't escape being all of the colors. You just express one more than the other. So we have cosmic, egg, and the camel. And this is the crown chakra energy of encompassing all, like the rainbow. And then we have the camel, which is fire energy of the Aries. So this is coming up more of the Libra energy that's willing to encompass the whole rainbow. And then we have the camel over here, who may be very independent, but they're also encompassing more fire. But also we have the blue crescent moon there. So this is the dark fiery energy trying to become more blue now, wanting to become more light. And then these two want to be seen together as well. So we have the lizard and the crow hovering. And notice they're both watching this way. And the crow has the wisdom of all the light, but the lizard may not. They don't have the light there. There's more diffused energy around them. And you see how it could be considered very discoherent or incoherent of the lizard and the crow. So again, the lizard can represent the dark energies. And then, of course, the crow is usually a very spiritual representation. And here also compounding that energy of containing the light. But you notice there's not a whole lot of the purple here. There's much more green and gold and more of the lower chakra energies from green to red. But there's very much pink and purple over here as well. So it's like, one canceling the other's energy out to make everything neutral again. And they're staring towards the zebra and the starfish here. The zebra being more intuitive and the starfish being more superficial. So they're showing you on both sides, light and dark. There are both the intuitive and the superficial. That's a very interesting perspective. And then the next two is the whale and the stingray. So now they're showing you what can be deceptive, because we know the whale is king of the sea in a positive way for humanity. But the stingray is showing the kundalini here. It's like, but at the same time, are they dark energies pretending to be the light to catch you? Because you see, it's like they're plugged in, like it's not real, it's artificial. Right? They had to be plugged in to get that to light up. But also can represent that the light can also sting at times. Very interesting, the combination here. Is there one more that wants to be seen? Yeah, they keep sending out more pairs. So again, we have the elk, and here is the horse that's more lit up in their third eye. Maybe not fully lit up, but there's a lot of confidence here and creativity. And the elk holds that same energy, but in their antlers here. You see that? These two are they're showing you they both have this energy, but they express it in different ways. Maybe the horse's third eye is here, but the elk's third eye is in their antlers, which is very connected to the sun, or the energy coming down here, and that looks like an eclipse, right? And it's so funny because when we were in Oregon, this card was coming up as my daughter, because she dyed her hair really bright red. So the antlers were really reflecting her red hair. It was really funny. But matching the source of that Aries fire, and even though the sun is Leo, it's coming up as the Aries, Libra contrast here. So, and then the final two that are coming up is the octopus with, again, their whole crown is activated, needing to create boundaries though. And here's the frog with not much color at all. A lot of dark rain coming down on them. You see how they're inverted here? This is very dark with a little bit of light showing through in the background. And this one's very light with the dark coming down. They're both water energies. This one is learning to create boundaries because they're very activated in their crown. But this one feels lost and needs help. They don't know which way to turn. But this one needs to create boundaries, so they need to decide for themselves. Are they going to be love? Or are they going to keep to themselves, right? To keep their energy clear. Is this energy something you can trust and help? Or is it something that's going to take you down? You need to be discerning in your energy as well. And then the final card, it comes up the Nightingale, which came up yesterday regarding the songbird. And I'm sure that had, the example of me and my experience yesterday morning regarding the songbird and the nightingale, right? To be your authentic self, to sing and be sweet and pure. Allow your inner child to come through. Don't be afraid of them. And look, there's the two birds together in their beauty, right? Within and without. And there's the match of the Libra and the Aries energy here, right? One sings and one listens. One brings their energy from within and the other one expands it out. It's very interesting the way these come up. I love when they do that, when they can go on and keep bringing up the two that express the same message. So I could go on and about that, but I'm not going to because I could go through the whole deck. But then we have the vulture here at the bottom of the deck with the black egg, which is all about the throat chakra and the truth. And the vulture, of course, cleans up the mess. There's a purpose for every energy in life, right? Because when others don't want to clean up the mess, the vulture is perfectly happy to come in and do it, right? The truth of the dark. The dark is the catalyst to the light. The truth is, the dark is the catalyst to the light. That's the underlying energy here. All right, and then Journey of Love. It was just 10-102-19, which is the Sun with the Magician and the High Priestess, and it's 9:49 on the clock, which is the Get Your Wish card of the 49 and the 9 of the Hermit again, which is the collective consciousness, the going within, the wise one, the one being the all. That is the energy of this service to others. It's servicing your inner child, which then is always connected to everyone all at the same time. And in that way doing their service to the all, to the collective. All right, so from the Journey of Love, we have the bride offers herself, the 43 of the reunion, the coming together, and her allowing, you see her allowing the turbulence. She may be standing in the vortex, but she's also allowing some of the fray to come off of the cyclone and not be affected by it. Oh, look at that. And then there's the two I was just getting the white album, the two white cards that keep it really simple. And then the bottom is God Speaks with 33, which is the Christ vibration, and the 7 of Wands, standing up for oneself without becoming defensive, taking the high ground. And also this is very much the energy of the toroidal field and connecting to source, your strand to source, back to source, and the toroidal field. If you can see the toroidal field more looks sideways, like the apple. And here's the vortex here, the toroidal field. And also the upper energies from the heart up in that card as God Speaks. And powering up. So power up's been coming up in my reads. And then this is the 32 of the journey and devotion to the small, the innocent, the vulnerable, your own inner child, but also the children, the old people, anyone who can't help themselves, but also first and foremost yourself and your inner child, which then helps everybody else. The Knight of Pentacles, which is the swan, the humble, loyal servant, who's beautiful within and without, right? By keeping it simple and just being love. Devoted to the small, to your inner child, and devoted to just being beauty, which is love, inside and out. The bride offers herself in those ways. Very beautiful. And then one final card is her grace, which is 17, the star, where your dreams come true. And this very beautiful third eye to crown energy, her Grace. Grace Kelly. My mom's middle name was Grace, so she's showing off a little bit here. And then Grace Kelly, I never knew her, but someone I knew in high school grew up with Grace Kelly living down the street in Ocean City. So Grace Kelly is very much coming up here as well. I want to show you too the underlying energy next to her Grace. All right, this is the masculine and the feminine, the mother-father energy here. Look how beautiful that is. This is the connection to Source, the Father, and the Mother, her Grace, the dreams come true, the star, the brilliance. And you notice that her face is in the circle right here. It's her face you see. I'm getting like these waves too, right? There, see how they're reflecting the waves the opposite way? But this one's also horizontal and this one's vertical. Okay. All right, so we're going to read, let's see here. We're going to read the Cosmic Egg because that was the first card out, and it's also the culmination of the deck here for the spirit animals. So we have completion, harmony, the infinite within the finite. The Cosmic Egg is the final card in the journey of the animal spirit deck, and it represents the unfolding of cosmic consciousness. The state emerges after we have tread the path for quite some time, and through self-effort and grace, and there's that word grace, which is a totally different deck that it came up in, okay? Through self-effort and grace, we experience self-realization. A sense of contentment and oneness spontaneously arises within us, and the veils of our self-limiting beliefs are lifted. When the essence of the Cosmic Egg has not been activated, we may feel as if we will never get there, or that we travel alone, disconnected from others. Even if our encounter with this card is brief, appearing as a momentary glimmer or flash of interconnectedness, this potent energy stays with us. The Cosmic Egg is a remedy for the fragmentation of modern life. It's through the power of this card that we are reminded of the cosmic contract written at the beginning. We hold on to life, and life holds on to us. So there's like that cord that we were just looking at as far as being connected to Source. The journey is complete, but it does not end. The Cosmic Egg in the 7th chakra, the subtle essence of the Cosmic Egg resides at the crown chakra, at the top of the head, called Sahasrara. One of the aims of yoga and meditation practice is to channel energy from the base of the spine upward towards the crown chakra. Each of the 6 lower chakras plays an important role along this journey, and once the final epicenter of consciousness is activated, it is said to radiate the light of 1,000,000 suns. Okay, and then in the journey of love, we have God Speaks. Oh, that's so weird. Her Grace opened first. So I guess I'm supposed to read her Grace first. That's so funny. All right, so her Grace. The goddess is awakening within your life. It may be within your own body, with an essential deepening of relationship with your own body, or with the body of another through expanding creativity, a sudden burst of feeling that you cannot logically explain, a desire to move, to dance, to express yourself, to sing, to write music, to draw, to play in nature, to swim and collect shells and lie on your back in the moonlight, gazing at the stars. Let her reach you. She is calling to you from ancient times, calling you to allow her more deeply into your life. Celebrate the divine feminine. She is coming to life for you. Whether man or woman, your life is about to be touched by her magic, never to be the same again. This oracle brings you a message. There is a woman who brings divine blessing into your life who is trying to connect with you more deeply. The blessings may be one that is obvious or one that is hidden in a challenge. The woman may be your own body if you are female, or your own inner feminine if you are male. You may be a spiritual or physical being, the great mother, your lover, your sister, or your dearest friend. It may be a woman as yet unknown to you, but holds a soul contract with you, an agreement predestined to awaken you. The empowerment will come to you not by rejecting what is offered by this feminine presence, but by embracing it and finding your truth through it. This is exciting because it means you are growing. You are entering into feminine temples of wisdom and finding a home there. The poem reads, I was born long before our time, and yet my time with you is something new. For you awaken in me a spirit that was longing for release, waiting for your touch. I thought I was safe to stay inside the boundaries and walls I carried with me. You touched all of me, and we walked outside the lines together. That's her grace. And then 33, which is being elusive here. God speaks. The divine is speaking to you directly. Underneath the silence, there is the endless music of love, pulsating throughout the universe. Within that sacred sound, there is guidance. It may or may not have words. It might be a feeling in your heart that you can only access when you're still, relaxed, dancing, in a yoga practice, or even half asleep. It assures you that behind any struggle or challenge, there is only ever the divine seeking you out, calling you to surrender some fear or doubt or other, so you can move closer. Trust in the sound of love beyond anything else, for in truth, no matter what may appear to be, there is nothing else. This oracle brings you guidance. You're being loved into becoming. Be open to being shown the divine genius in all that is happening. If you feel you're being nudged, know you're being judged or nudged by the divine. If you feel you are being held back, know you're being held back by the divine. All is happening perfectly for you, and all will unfold in divine timing. The divine is speaking to you. When you're captivated by the beauty of nature or an illogical sense that everything is okay, listen. That's the divine talking to you, reassuring you that all is unfolding according to spiritual law in perfect cooperation with your own destiny. The poem reads, when the first sound was born, the air was filled with fantasy. Like the flower's sweet perfume, alive in the moment, there was nothing else. Only the energy coursing through my body and the tears on my cheeks. I was carried away on the strings, each note striking a chord within, and answering with the emotions of my soul. How priceless the surprise, how powerful the memory to be with the violin when it sings, which is so funny. So my mom had to show off. Well, my dad played the violin, so that was him coming in and having his little 2 cents there. Really funny. Okay. Beautiful energies and messages as usual. Make sure you drink your water and get your rest, get your joy, get your nature, and do it your own way. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Be in your knowing. It's not about being stubborn, but it's about knowing your inner knowing and then not allowing others to dissuade you from your own knowing and being discerning in that respect. Okay? It was just, time to take a deep breath here. Rise and be love, you guys. I will see you soon. Bye.